Now imagine being told that you've got just 5 days to pack up and leave your home. That's exactly what happened to tenants at Executive Towers in Toledo. Now, a year later, we're checking in with some of those former residents to see where they are now. And we also check to see if conditions at the building have improved. Faith Zahowski, she joins us in studio. So just so we understand, the people you talked to, they have all moved out?
That's right, Jeff. Venus Chapman, along with Kenneth Sikorsky and his husband Dan, have all moved out after spending nearly a decade at Executive Towers. When I visited the building today, Chapman described it as a ghost town. The building has gone from more than 100 tenants to just 3. But for many former tenants, they say their journey didn't end when they left the building. For 8 years, Venus Chapman called Executive Towers in Toledo home.
Beautiful view. This was just perfect.
But she says her final years in the building were far from perfect.
The journey has been a tough one for tenants in this building. The lack of attention to details to maintain the building.
WTOL 11 showed you last August the problems with ceiling leaks, mold, and no air conditioning.
My living here, thank God, has come and gone. But the journey as a tenant was very traumatizing.
Venus wasn't the only one. Former resident Kenneth Sikorsky says he faced many of the same issues.
There was a leak and the whole ceiling fell down, and they never came and fixed it.
And at the time last August, owners told us water leaks make the building unsafe to inspect while occupied. That's why tenants received notice on August 4th that they would have to leave the building so renovations could be complete in just 5 days.
You know, we're glad to get out, but it's just the way that they did it, you know, with that letter. You know, they couldn't do that.
But 2 days after they got that letter, the property owners rescinded it, allowing them to stay. Now, a year later, officials with the City of Toledo's code compliance team say repairs to the roof, exterior, heating system, and water damage have been completed. They say plumbing and air conditioning work will continue once the final 3 tenants move out. But for some of them, it's not over. Sikorsky and his husband are suing Denizen Management, the building's owners, seeking $25,000.
I'd like to get our moving costs, our new security deposit for our new apartment. I would like to get something for our terrible inconvenience.
And Chapman is working with local housing advocates to help other renters know their rights.
My journey as a potential tenant in the city has just been horrifying. Housing is the priority, and you have to make sure that you make it the priority for yourself and not rely on anybody else.
City officials say Denizen Management has hired a contractor to continue repairs, including replacing water lines. That work is expected to begin once the building's final 3 tenants move out. I reached out to Denizen Management for comment, but have not heard back. Reporting in studio, Faith Zahowski, WTOL 11.